daiwa kutoa matamshi ya chuki na uchochezi. Hebu sasa hivi tuelekee pale bungeni ambapo Wizara ya Fedha ikiongozwa na Ukur Yatani ambaye ni waziri katika wizara hiyo yuko mbele ya kamati hiyo ya fedha kujibu maswali kuhusiana na iwapo shirika la Kenya Pipeline na lile la Kenya la Kenya Railways Corporation yataweza kuungana, na mtazamaji akitoa faida na ni kwa nini hatua hiyo ichukuliwe kwa sasa. Hebu nikupeleke kule moja kwa moja mtazamaji na tuwasikilize.
So we want to use what is provided already in that legal framework to see whether we can create that framework for cooperation. The second thing, and perhaps CS also talked about it, is about the services of the port. And there was a question that we could be, this merger is intended to raise money or profits from KPA to service debt for SGR. And I think I would want to confirm, and the CS they mentioned it, that the payment, the role we have for SGR is a sovereign debt. It is not dependent on the monies collected from KPA. It is not dependent on monies collected from KPC, and so it is budgeted every year in the CFS account. And I think there is no money that is going to be got from KPA to service the debt of SGR, because SGR is a sovereign debt, and I think that understanding needs to be there. Now, the other point I may want to is the issue of bringing on board the role of National Treasury and the role of the sector ministries. I think first of all we need to appreciate these are things that we haven't done in the past. It is going to be a running curve, and obviously there is a lot of works in progress. But the thing is, the executive order pushed these entities from their sector ministries to the National Treasury. What does that mean? It means, if you look at the State Corporations Act, there is what is provided, the roles that are played by the sector ministries and the rail ministries. And therefore, in this circumstance, the National Treasury will play the role of the sector ministries. But the coordination between the National Treasury and the policy ministries and the technical ministries, because of the technical aspect of the jobs they deliver, I think that's already work in progress, and that is already going on. So that's something that we're looking at. Now, I think the CS also did mention about the other bringing other entities, and obviously, you know, the aviation sector currently, there is a bill in Parliament, a discussion, and obviously, so as CS say, we didn't want to see mercy, and this is already work in progress as well, and we wanted to leave there. So thank you very much. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe just to emphasize one more point. You know, government, there's really nothing static about life. Agencies have gone through various transformations. You have seen agencies today in this ministry after some time. But as it is now, because these are commercial entities, as much as they're giving services to the country and beyond, they are commercial oriented. And the idea is that in the long term, we want to see if we can consolidate all commercial entities and place them as an investment for Treasury. And we want to strengthen the role of Treasury by having a vibrant investment unit. We have currently the Directorate of Investment and Portfolio Management. We want to expand it and staff it, resource it, so that now they play this role effectively by making sure that each of those commercial agencies perform what they are supposed to do, make profit for the investment for the country. And the proceeds are the one now we are going to use to, you know, manage our own budget and also create additional opportunities and services, or even including infrastructure for ourselves. So the agencies as it is, as transferred, indicated in the executive order, is firmly under Treasury.
So therefore, under oversight of the committee. So I'll go. I'll have one short round.
Chair, yes. just to confirm to you.
Yes.
A lot of these things is a work in progress, because we'll need to align a number of laws, and that's why the various boards and agencies with any relationship, we do not want to cut the cord right away. Transport will continue having some role as we work towards the full transfer, and the same for, you know, all other agencies. In terms of the oversight and the way we do it, is we want to now nurture it faster so that now they are domiciled in the National Treasury.
For all the legislative work. Honorable Yula and Honorable Kandie.
Thank you, Chair. It's good the CS has said that all this is a work in progress, because if they do not consider the legal framework, they can get a lot of challenges from other sectors. And people will be running up and down, saying that is illegal, that is illegal. So as it is work in progress, CS, I would suggest that you concentrate more on the legal framework to avoid unnecessary litigations.
Thank you, Chair, and I want to apologize for coming late. I had some other commitments. Mine is only a very simple question. Is Treasury really, you, because you are one of the most busiest ministry, will you be able to handle this? Are you not overloading yourself with so many things?
Yes. My name is Shakir Shabir, likewise the chairman, and apologize for being a little late. I am very concerned about the issue. You correctly said a logistic cell. Other countries have done this, and they have failed miserably. Let's assume that we are not going to do that. Perhaps you need to look at some examples. There's the one done in Pakistan which didn't do very well. There's another done in, I think, 1 or 2 other countries. But that included the roads, the trunk roads. So I think that what you're saying, that later on you'll be looking at the issue of the Kenya national highways to come in. The one concern I have, and I know ICDC very, very well, from the day it was formed to the day it was dumped with things, and there is a lot of baggage there, and there's a lot of unnecessary baggage in the ICDC. There are lots of losses there. There are lots of other problems there. And now you're taking ICDC and putting in this. So you are are you trying to whitewash what happened in ICDC? Or why cannot we use ICDC 2020? I.e., draw a line. We cannot go and use the same basket that has got rotten fruit in it and put new fruit in it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. I want to agree with my colleagues that Treasury really needs to think about the legal grounding of this framework. As presently, the cooperating parties are relying only on memorandum of and articles of association of the companies. I think for such an important assignment that will massively and substantially affect the management and operations of the cooperating parties, I think it would be important to create a solid legal base. So, as you have correctly indicated, Bwana Waziri, I think you have a lot of work in progress to pass through this House as legislation. My other concern is that while it is good to bring these departments or agencies together, my fear is that it is going to kill specialization of the particular entities. And when you look back at all these entities. Each of them, from ICDC, it has its own problems of corruption, as old as itself. You look at KPA, they have ongoing corruption investigations. The Maduko barriers, you look at KPC, they have their own problems of oil spill, the Sakim contract problems. You look at KRC, they have their own problems with the National Road Commission and the compensation for the reserves. Wouldn't it be good to first conclude these matters? Then you bring them together when they are fresh and new. And as one of my colleagues suggested, add a new ICDC so that we are not bogged down by old baggage.
Thank you. Thank you. Gishu, briefly.
Thank you, Chair. Mine is a general question, and it's about the debate raging on in this country about revenue sharing. Want to see us, where are we as Kenyans on the issue of revenue sharing?
In fact, that's why you need to release me, because yes. I'm rushing to try to unlock the same.
Welcome, Mheshimiwa Waziri and Mheshimiwa Mombasa. Yes,
Yeah, thank you very much. There was a general comment about Treasury being likely to be overloaded. Well, Treasury is a critical ingredient of any economy and also the oil of the economy. So we cannot say we are overloaded because we have personnel, we have competencies, we can do it better. And I think this is where these commercial agencies should be. Because at the end of the day, the person in maybe transport will be more interested about either service delivery, whether they give a check at the end of the year or not, might not be so much of their concern. But as much as we want delivery, we also want the investment to bear fruits so that we can continue facilitating other arm of government or other agencies of government. I agree that ICDC requires also reforms. That one is part of the effort that we are doing. It's not the old ICDC. That now with a bigger scope and mandate, we want them to be more answerable, more influential, and more forthright in projecting the future by making sure that investments work for the country. The issue of governance with these agencies, the governance challenges are all over. They are not even far away from even Parliament or even Treasury. It's a national challenge and it's a national discourse because currently we are all talking about it. And we must appreciate that the agencies of government, the Auditor General, have been very forceful in ensuring that these matters are sorted out. Parliament has also stamped its authority by making sure that, these matters are taken to a higher level. Other agencies of government like EACC, the DCI, we've seen they are working quite well. Whether they get the prosecution or not, that will be, I'm not sure about what's happened with judiciary, but we are seeing a lot of effort in streamlining governance of all sectors of the economy. And those are the questions. The issue of revenue sharing, maybe, I don't think it's really, but anyway, the information I have is more or less what you have. The magic lies here in Senate and the National Assembly. But just to clarify, we want to thank the National Assembly because we did not get any problem with the division of revenue. It went well. In the Appropriation Act, we already have money, 316 billion, that goes to the national, that goes to the counties. Where we have a challenge is at Kara. And the Senate that needs to really roll it out and say, what should Treasury now give to Kisumu or any other county? In absence of that, it becomes very difficult. I know we thought there was a similar matter last year, but that was on the Division of Revenue, it was not on Kara. But there's a Supreme Court advisory, which was actually just on the Division of Revenue. But we want...
Mtazamaji, huyu hapo ni Waziri Ukur Yatani ambaye anazungumza na kamati ya bunge kuhusiana na maswala ya fedha, akizungumza kuhusu kuunganishwa kwa mashirika haya matatu, Kenya Railways Corporation, Kenya Pipeline Corporation pamoja na Kenya Ports Authority. Mtazamaji, amri ambayo ilitolewa mapema mwezi jana na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta, ila kumekuwepo tu na kutoridhika kutoka kwa baadhi ya washikadau wakisema kwamba kuna nia fiche katika mpango huo, nasa ikizingatiwa kuna malipo ya SGR ambayo yanafaa kufanywa. Kuna baadhi ambao wanasema kwamba basi mpango huu mzima huenda una nia fiche na wakaupinga. Hivyo basi Ukur Yatani sasa anaweka wazi mbele ya kamati ya bunge kuhusiana na maswala ya fedha. Taarifa hiyo na mengine mengi zaidi utakuwa unaipata mwendo wa saa 6 kwenye awamu yetu ya pili ya taarifa za leo mashinani. Hivi kwa sasa naomba nipate mapumziko tu, ila tupatane tena wakati huo saa 6. Usiondoke.